Okay. Um, so yesterday, do you guys get a chance to work with that prepared statement with an update one? Update, sorry, delete. Yep.
Yeah, actually, it was not convenient for me, so I honestly didn't do it.
Okay. Okay. Try it for today at least.
Okay, yeah, I will.
Mm, okay. In the callable statement yesterday, we discussed the two things, right? Two programs. One is like a normal program, where in the query itself, the some static will be thing is there. I will show you the query. That's better thing. Yes. See, this is the first procedure that we dealt with, and here in this case, we are trying to insert the record in a static way. Nothing but every time when this procedure got executed, we are going to insert only the one record, that is 5E. That's the only record that we are inserting. So in the second program, we made it as a dynamic one, right? Nothing but from the Java, we are going to send the parameters values. Then in the database, we are going to store those values. Okay, by using in parameter p number in. Okay, now so and in the today's program we'll see another program in such a way like in database I want to do some kind of a processing, for example addition of two numbers and return the result back to the Java. I want to see such kind of a program where we are using the in as well as out parameters. In the last program we've seen only in parameters. Right now we'll see both in as well as the out parameters. Let us try to create one procedure for this one.
Okay.
Create or replace procedure. I add, and I'm taking the three numbers. One is P in number one, in number P number two, in number comma result. It is of a kind out parameter space, and it is also of type number space as begin result is equal to P number one plus P number two. And yes, procedure got created. Okay, I will take the backup. Audio 4. Okay, now procedure is created. So in this procedure, what you're going to do is we are passing three numbers, p number one, p number two as a in. I mean nothing but we're passing these two values only, and we're taking another number called result. If it is of variable type result, and we're returning it back to the Java. I mean after the addition of these p number one, p number two. Let us try to write the program for this one. Okay, so these are the common things: class dot for name and driver manager dot get connection, and callable statement cstmd is equal to con dot prepare call. Up to here it is common. Now actually to speak, there were three parameters in the database side, so let's try to create a three question marks here and set the values. Set all of them are type number, nothing but in database it is an integer, right? So set int first question mark is 1. I want to send the value as something like this 10, and second parameter cstmt dot set int, and 2, second question mark 2, and value is 20, cstmt dot, and this is one which we are going to get the result. So I made it as like this: result out parameter, register out parameter. I'm giving it as number 3, and we need to give the type of it is a number, nothing but it is an integer, right? So we should declare it as like this: types dot integer. Okay, once cstmt dot get executed, once cstmt dot get executed, it will be executed, and we were ready with the result. Then how to catch the result and display in UI? I will take one temporary number int result is equal to cstmt dot get int. We need to give the index number, that is 3 is the result, right? And now try to print that value. Addition of two numbers, result. Now let's try to execute this program. Yes, here we got the addition of two numbers is equal to 30. 10 plus 20, result is 30. This is the result that we got from the database, and we caught it by using get parameter, get int. Okay, set int is the one for int, get int is the one for out parameter. Okay, and for this one we need to pass the index number at the time of registering. Any doubts on this one? Okay then. So the main difference between the prepared statement and callable statement is prepared statement is for executing the normal queries like insert, update, delete, and callable statement mainly for executing the procedures. That's the common difference that we know. And the second difference between the prepared statement and callable statement is prepared statement is only for in parameters. I mean, in the database side, in and out were there, right? So prepared statement is only supports for in, nothing but just it able to send the data from Java to database. That's it. There is no out kind of there is no out support in prepared statement. Whereas in callable statement, it supports both in out as well as in out. Three parameters will be available in database. So callable statement will support all the three, in out as well as in out. So depending upon our requirement, we can able to use it. This is the main difference between these prepared statement and callable statement. Okay. Actually, I scripted one concept called batch updates in the starting. So we'll better. I will. This is the correct time. I will discuss about that now. Okay. So batch updates. What is a batch updates? It's nothing but, for example, instead of executing one by one query, if I want to execute multiple queries, for example, if I'm having some 10 queries reached out, and I want to execute 10 queries at a time, then how to do? Instead of executing one by one, that is called as a batch updates. Let us see the program for this one. So here I need to get the statement object first. Con dot create statement. Now I'm ready with statement object. Before that, let me be ready with queries and all. For example, string query 1 is equal to, let me try to see what are the records present in EMP table. Select star from EMP. Okay, let me try to delete all the uh, rows. Delete from EMP. and commit. Yes, now once we commit, it executed completely. So there were no records in the emp table. Just for the confirmation, let us see. Yes, there were no rows selected. Now try to create some queries. Insert into emp values 1 comma yeah. This query 1, this is query 2, 3, 4, 5, and record 2, record 3, record 4, and record 5. So now I'm ready with the query. Here there is a method in the statement object that is called add batch method. Before executing all these queries, we have to add them to the batch. So
Mhm.
stmt dot add batch. So first pass the query 1 in the same way. Pass all the queries 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we add all of them to the batch. So in order to execute all the queries at a single instant, that what we need to do is here, just I'm going to take one int array to see the result. Execute batch. Okay, this is going to give an array. I called this array, and I will try to print this array for int I is equal to 0, I less than a dot length I plus plus sys out a of I. Okay, let us try to execute this program. See, we got the results from the array 1111. Nothing but let us start discuss about all this. Okay, so in this operation, what I'm doing for executing the batch updates, I'm taking set of. First, I'm trying to create one statement object. That's a common thing. And then I'm trying to create some insert queries. It is your wish. Either you want to create insert, update, or delete. Combination of is these also okay. I mean, one insert, one update, one delete, like that. Your wish. Okay. Those should be like your DML statements. DML means insert or update or delete. Okay. And then once you are ready with the queries, just add all of them to the batch by using add batch method. Okay. So now once these have been ready as an object, now finally what we need to do, just we need to execute stmt.execute batch. This stmt.execute batch is going to return the array. So that's the reason I'm trying to catch that array, and I'm trying to iterate through the array. So what is this array? What exactly been? Simple. In the last program, we saw execute update is a method which is going to return one integer value, specifies nothing but if it is a 1, record got inserted successfully. If it is a 0, then it, record didn't get executed successfully. So based upon that, we were taking a decision like, commit or rollback, right?
Mhm.
So in the same way at here, for example, I'm executing how many? 5 queries. So when you see the result of an array, total 5 ones are there, means all of the records are inserted successfully. That's the reason it is returning 11111. Consider in any case, it's something 0 is there in this case. then you can get to know that something is happened in between, and records didn't get inserted from here, or but this particular record didn't get inserted, maybe some query problem or whatever it is. So it will be helpful for you to roll back this particular query only, and after, I mean, at the time of debug point, you can able to figure out, like, root cause, and you can able to fix that. So this
Mm.
once specifies like record got successfully inserted, and zero specify that record didn't get inserted into the database. Sometimes, for example, consider while inserting, first two queries got inserted successfully. From third query, something got happened, like, network issue or whatever it happened, and last three records didn't get inserted. Then, if that is the case, here I am going to write a condition in such a way, like if a of I is zero, then roll back all the queries. So that I will do it once again. I mean, based upon the condition, you can requirement, you can change the conditions here at all. Okay, any
Mm.
doubts on this one?
So here you are explaining we can roll back. So we have to also write a program for that. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm, you want to make
Like we're doing someday.
you want to make me to write that program too? I mean, roll back and commit.
No, you showed us, but I'm asking, are we going to write a program for that? If we're,
Um,
for example, we're to roll back.
okay. See, if you're trying to do the rollback, means everything will get rolled back, not but that particular record. Remember that point. Okay. For example, consider first two queries got executed successfully, and you got some error in third query. Okay. And from third, fourth, fifth, and all of them didn't get inserted. From the third itself, I'm going to take a decision such a way, like roll back it everything, so that I'm going to do it once again.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
a of I is equal to 1, then con dot commit, else con dot rollback is the way that you can able to write
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
it, right? Yep. Okay, I will send you all these programs today. So first try yourself. If you didn't get understand, then go through all these programs. I am already ready with these programs, so I will send all these. Okay then. See, an interviewer asked you, like, set auto commit is true or false in JDBC. Set auto commit means, actually, to speak here, for up to here, if you see, up to here, if you see, are we executing any commit operation here?
No.
No, right? Means set auto commit by default, it is a true. It will be like this, actually, to speak. Okay, con dot set auto commit. This is the way. Okay, this is actually to speak by default true. I mean, without knowing yourself, I mean, internally it is going to make it to be true by default, and means
Okay.
without executing the commit method, it will be get committed automatically whenever you are executing this program. Okay, you want to make it to be in a control, then what you need to do, set auto commit false. Okay, now it is false. When this program is executed, it will be executed, but it will be then still in the buffer of a database. It wasn't committed permanently. In order to make that, once this execute batch is done, we need to make con
Mhm.
dot commit. Mean manually you need to enter the con dot commit, then only it will be get committed, otherwise it won't.
Okay.
Okay, so remember this point. In JDBC, auto commit is always true. So manually you need to make it to be like, false, so that we can get into control, like, commit or rollback or whatever it is, we can get everything into our control, otherwise system will take automatically. Okay then. Okay, so now we were done with this JDBC thing, and some miscellaneous concepts are there. Just I will try to cover those. Those are like not that much important, but it is better to know information about those. Okay, those are nothing but metadata. What is a metadata? Metadata is nothing but data about a data is called as metadata. So what is a data about data? Actually, to speak, in a database, tables will be there. Okay, in the tables, what will be there in the tables? Data will be there, right? Go and see. Let's see. See, if you see here, this is called as data. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. I mean, whole records are there, right? These 5 records. These 5 records is called as a data. Then, what is a metadata then? Data about of data. Nothing but who is maintaining these? This table. EMP table is maintaining. And how it is maintaining? By using e-number, e-name. And e-number is of type number, e-name is of type varchar. So this is called as a metadata. Nothing but see description about this e-number. E-number is of type number, e-name is of type varchar 2. Okay, and if it is a nullable or non-nullable or primary key or whatever it is, foreign key or whatever it is. So if you want to get all this information, this is called as a metadata. Means data about data is called as a metadata. Okay, you got a requirement in such a way like uh, first you get to know the current version of the database and how it will support from which version to major version to minor version. I mean, from which version to which version it will support and what is the current version. If you want to know all this information, they provided one class called database metadata. They provided one class called database metadata. See, first what I'm doing, this is a common step, driver manager register driver. I'm trying to register this, and after that I'm trying to get the connection. Okay, once I'm ready with the connection object here, in the connection object, okay, in the connection object there is a method called get metadata. Remember, this method is present in which object? Connection object. Okay, when you call this get metadata, then it is going to return the object of database metadata object. Okay, whenever you got the connection, in the connection object there is a method called get metadata. When you got this, when you call this con get metadata, it is going to return an object called database metadata. So what is the use of this database metadata? Once if I got this database metadata object, then I can able to get to know some information like major version and it is minor version of the database, and what is the driver name I'm using, and what is the current version. All this kind of an information I can able to figure out. Okay, let us try to execute this program and see the result. Hmm. See, at max it will support for the 11 version, at minimum it is going to support for one version, and I'm using my driver is Oracle JDBC driver, and current version is 10.2 is the one which I have installed in my database. Okay, if you want to know all this information, so tell me how. First we need to get the database metadata object. From where? Connection object, connection dot get metadata. This is going to return this. From this one, there were some methods already been available with the database metadata. Just call those methods. These methods are going to return the information about this database. In the same way, in the same way, if I want to know the information about the tables, nothing but how many columns are there and each column name and each column type, nothing but data type. If I want to know such an information, Then you need to get result set metadata. Then you need to get result set metadata. Just give me a minute. Okay. So there is a class called result set metadata. So how to get this result set metadata? So in order to get this result set metadata, first we need to get the result set object. From the result set object, we are going to get the result set metadata object. Let us see a simple program to understand about this. So so let us see the common things first. After that, we'll discuss, what are the extra that I have added here. Driver manage register driver. This is a common step. And connection, driver manage dot get connection. This is also common. And the statement, con dot create statement. Yes, in order to get a statement object, I'm going to execute this. And then result set. For example, whenever I'm executing statement dot execute query, okay, you want to get the result set object, what do you need to do? You need to use the execute query method. So main difference between execute query and execute update: execute query is for select a statement, execute update is for non-select statements, nothing but insert update delete. Okay, where I have selected select statement, nothing but select start from emp. That's the reason I'm taking execute query. Execute query is the method which is going to return the result set object. Okay, now I'm ready with the result set object. Here my intention is like I want to get the result set metadata. Okay, in the result set metadata there is a method called same as just like get metadata. Okay, in the result set object there is a method called get metadata method. When I am going to call this, it's going to return the object called result set metadata. Okay, it's going to return the result set metadata. Just I'm going to take as a data as a reference, and I'm going to catch that particular object, and I'll start working with. Okay, first here some methods will be available. The best examples are in order to get the column count. How many columns are being present in the emp table, because I'm using emp table at here, right? It is going to return the emp table data. Okay, how many columns are there in emp table? And column name, in order to get a column name you need to call data dot get column name. And if you want to know get type, then call get column type name. Okay, let us try to execute this program and see the result. Yes, in the emp table total two columns are there, so this is the one. And then column name e number and is of type number. And then next second column name is e name and its type is varchar2. Okay, and there were some methods also been available, whether it is a null, not null. So see, there were like many methods are there where you guys can able to use this. So it depends upon your requirement. You want to know the table name, call get table name. And e is nullable, it is going to return the int value. Okay, and is read only, is searchable, is signed, like how you are prepared the table. Based upon that you can able to use these methods and get to know the information about the table. This is like kind of an extra information that you guys can get. Okay, Okay. Any doubts on this? Yari, Lakshmi? Okay, great. Just I'll give you some brief introduction about the drivers today, and tomorrow we'll discuss about in terms of a programmatic way. Okay, there were totally four types of the drivers available in JDBC. Okay, there are like four types of the drivers available in JDBC. Type 1 driver, type 2 driver, type 3, and type 4. Till now, whatever the example we were using, whatever we were example trying to do an operation, all those are belongs to type 4 driver. Okay, whatever the programs that you did till now in the JDBC, all of them are belongs to type 4 driver. Okay, now in the market also people are using the type 4 driver only. I mean, if they are using the JDBC, okay, either directly or indirectly. Indirectly means if they are using the Hibernate, internally it is going to call again the JDBC only. Okay, Hibernate, IBATIS, top link, all of whatever it is, these are called as ORM tools. All these ORM tools also internally they're going to call the JDBC only. Okay, and directly or indirectly, nowadays we are using the Type 4 driver only in the market. Okay, some old projects are there, like for example, some projects started in 2002 or 1998 or 2005, like that. Those projects are still using the Type 2 driver. Okay, but actually to speak, Sun Microsystem has stopped supporting the Type 1, Type 2 drivers. Okay, let us come back and see. So, what is a type 1 driver? Type 1 driver is called as a GDBC ODBC driver. Okay, and type 2 driver. This is called as JNI driver. This is Java native interface. Okay, this type 2 driver mostly deals with the .dll files. So nothing but the .dll files, and indirectly nothing but C programming. Okay, so this is called as a J and I driver, and third one is type 3 driver, and this is called as a proxy driver. I will tell you why we'll call it as a proxy driver. And type 4 driver. Okay, whatever the drivers, whatever the programs that we did till today, I mean nothing but whenever you're calling driver method register driver and getting the connection object in this way, nothing but you're passing this URL, right? Whenever you're calling the URL as like this in this way, then it is called as a type 4 driver. Okay, in I'm calling actually to speak, I'm using the type 4 driver. Remaining things forget about this. I mean, how I'm using the statement, or how I'm using the prepared statement or callable statement, forget about all these things. These like belongs to the Sun Microsystem. But only the thing which varies here are these first two lines. I mean, driver manage that register driver and driver manage that get connection. These are the two lines mainly differ for all these drivers. Okay, how we are getting and all. Okay, uh, this first one is called as a JDBC OD bridge, JDBC ODBC driver. The reason is like Microsoft is the company which provided this ODBC driver for us in our operating system. So by default, whenever you're installing the Microsoft operating system in your uh, laptops or computers, there by default ODBC driver will get installed. Okay, so just what you need to do is like you need to do the configuration settings, everything, make it to be available, and so that we can start interacting with the ODBC driver. And second one is JNI driver. For example, in this case I'm using the Oracle. I need to install the Oracle call interface. I need to install the Oracle call interface. This is called as a client software from the Oracle. So I need to buy this client software from the Oracle and I need to install my computer, and then I need to download that .dll files from the Oracle again to set the path. Many things are there to do this in type 2 driver. That's the reason type 2 driver is like, utter flop. Okay, and then type 3 driver is the proxy driver. It is nothing but actual to speak type 3 driver is the one. It's a totally configuration kind of a thing in a servers. Okay, in a server. Server means either it is an application server or web server. Okay, server means either it is an application server or web server. Okay, in the application server, what we're going to do, actually to speak, type 3 driver should be installed only in application server, not in web server. Application server best example is WebLogic, WebSphere, Glassfish, JBoss. All these are the best example for the application servers. Okay, in the application servers, what we're going to do, we are going to configure either type 1. Okay, we're going to configure either type 1, or we're going to configure the type 2, or we're going to configure the type 4. Okay, we're going to make a configuration in the application server, and we're going to access this data source object from the program. This is the totally configuration kind of a thing. Okay, just it's a kind of an introduction, don't go in depth. When I'm dealing with all these application servers and all, I'm going to explain about how to do the configuration for this proxy server, proxy driver. Okay, and the type 4 driver, you guys like know very well, because till today what are the programs that we did in JDBC, all of them are belongs to type 4 driver only. Okay, any doubts on this one? Okay.
So you said in here, I didn't understand. You said type 1 driver doesn't have any more support.
From the Sun Microsystem.
Um,
Yes.
yeah.
Actually, this is a very
By the
old.
way, do the Sun,
Sorry,
you mean Oracle, do the Sun microsystems still exist?
it's not exist, but actually to speak, its parent company is from Sun Microsystem only, right? Right now, anyway, Oracle take over this, but the code and everything is released by Sun Microsystem only. I mean, till 1.6 it supported. I mean, till 1.6 it is under the Sun Microsystem only. After 1.6 only it went to the Oracle. Now it is an Oracle product. I know.
Yeah. So, but you, at the same time, you said that this ODBC driver is part of our operating system.
Yes, yes, it is. In the configurations, we should do the configuration everything. Go to the control panel, administrative tools. Here we are going to have this driver ODBC data source system DSN, and here it is the configuration for this ODBC driver. There we need to select the proper database. If we install in our computer, it will show here. If it is not, it won't show. I'm installed just only Oracle Express Edition. That's why it's showing Oracle Express Edition. There we need to do some configuration kind of a thing, and we need to check. Okay. In the tomorrow's class, I will show you all these things, how to do the configuration and how to access this type 1 driver.
Okay.
And the type 2 driver, I will try to show you because it requires the client software. Okay, and um, okay, I will try with my level best to get to know that client software, because we need to buy that client software from the company. Okay, it's not like an open source client software is. Tomorrow's class for that I will try. Okay, for this one. Okay, that's it for the today's class. Any doubts?
Okay.
Okay
We'll
then.
bring questions if we have tomorrow.
Mhm. Yeah, please. Today I will send the programs. Please do practice and come again with questions on tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Thank you.